Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. So today I am going to be unboxing and also taking a first look at the Truefree O2 wireless earbuds with the open ear design. And I'm also going to answer the question as to whether or not I will use these instead of my Beats Studio Pro headphones when I work out at the gym. My ears been getting a little bit sweaty, so I said maybe it's time to go earbuds. And without further ado, let's get into the unboxing.
Oh boy, it's Tech Timmy time.
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to thank Jim over at Truefree for sending me out this pair of Truefree O2 headphones to test. I have my Epic unboxing knife here, so my Viking unboxing knife, and I took a few notes for you guys as well. I want to make sure I cover all the bases here, and I think I've got my lighting set up properly, so let's take this out of the box without cutting yourself, Tim. Okay, so that knife is razor sharp. So we definitely want to be a little bit careful. I noticed some of my fellow YouTube, at least one fellow YouTube tech reviewer complained that this was actually hard to get out of the box. Hard to get the inner box out of the outer box. I don't think that's going to be the case with us. It already seems nice and loose, so I think we're good on that. So just taking a quick look at the box to kick things off here. So these are the O2 model, and they basically, the benefit is they basically sit around your ears. Or how did I put this in my notes? So yeah, they sit outside of the ear canal, letting you hear music while staying aware of your surroundings. They also do come with noise cancellation in both buds, so I'll put that to the test as well and let you guys know what I think. Yeah, and then so it has a 15 millimeter dynamic driver. If you're into headphones, that's actually really good. And people that had the 01 model of these love the way that they sounded. So we'll see. I am a big Beats guy. I've done a number of videos on my Beats Studio and Beats Solo headphones, and I do generally wear them to the gym, but the issue with those over-ear headphones is they make your ears sweaty.
Ew!
I digress. I'm hoping this can help to cure the sweaty ear problem, if you will.
Ew!
So 22 hours of playtime. The battery life on this is excellent, but it requires that you continuously keep them in the charger to keep them fully charged, which no brainer. At night, you just put them after when you come back from the gym, whatever your exercise, whatever you happen to be doing, just throw them in the charger, which you'll see in a second. The charger itself looks really nice. And then so dual mic for noise cancellation. So that's that noise cancellation that I mentioned, and I don't think it's active noise cancellation. I think these have very basic noise cancellation, but we shall see. And then it's okay. Bluetooth version is 5.3, totally fine. So it will work with most phones. Actually, this should be able to hook up to your phone via Bluetooth, no problem whatsoever. Frequency response range 20 hertz versus 20 to 20 kilohertz. Maximum working distance is 10 meters, so that's fine, totally fine. Unless you're going to wander off from one side of the gym to the next, 10 meters is perfect. So playtime, so you get about 6.5 hours on a charge, but you get up to 22 if you leave it in the charging case. 6.5 hours is totally fine, especially considering I'm going to be taking these to the gym for a long flight. Yeah, you might have to charge them up in the middle there somewhere, but hey, it is what it is. It's okay. So battery could happen. So 770 mAh for the earbuds and 500 mAh for the charging case. Okay, and we have some additional, looks like legalese here. And yeah, okay. And then again, Jim, thank you for sending these over. So let's have a look and see what they look like. Okay, and I will also set these up with the app for you guys as part of this video. So we're going to do an unboxing, a setup, and also I'll give you my initial impressions. Okay, so maybe this is what they were complaining. No, but no, nice and easy. So very simple to open box here, guys. And they do a nice job with the packaging. We have some foam, yay, foam. So we'll get rid of that. And then, all right, so here, all that's in the box here. Oh, no, looks like there's more. Let's see. Yep, so this must be our adapter. Let's just see. I'm assuming it's USB-C, but hey, we don't assume here at Tech Timmy. No assumptions. Let's see what we got. All right, and indeed it is. So USB-C to A, and I love these little, I love the smaller cords, I'll just say. I have plenty of these in the larger size, but the smaller cord is just definitely, it makes my OCD happy. Okay, so that can go, and then underneath, more foam. We have our instruction booklet, and a nice looking user guide. Is it gonna have the little itty bitty type that we talk about? Tippy dippy, yep, and indeed, so the type is very small, and good thing I have my readers on here. So how to charge the charging case, connect the Type-C to charge it, charging current does not exceed when you're not in use for a long time. Charge it at least once every 3 months. Okay, yeah, that's fair. So the documentation seems thorough, but why not just make the type a little bit bigger? Plenty of white space, plenty of room. And then we have some remarks and so forth. So we'll take a closer look at that later. Solid document, but my recommendation to the company would be increase the font size. There's no reason to have type that small. And we'll set that aside and get to the main event here. So this just slides off nicely. Actually, let's do a little housekeeping here before we actually look at these guys. Love the case. Okay, I thought the case was all orange. Maybe I saw some other videos where it was. But this gray and orange combo is manly and definitely locker room worthy, which I like. And this just opens up without, oh, what was that? Is somebody talking? Let's see. Sound in Heaven. Sound in Heaven, that's this logo. I like that. Yeah, so that's kind of creepy. I think it said power on. Let's see, hold on. Power on, there you go. So that means I guess they're powered on. And oh yeah, okay, they're kind of interesting. So there's kind of a rubbery feel to them. And I like that. And presumably this is the part that, so this goes around your ear, of course. And this guy is what is basically, you know, channeling the sound into your ear canal. So they feel, yeah, I mean, they definitely feel kind of, I like the rubber feel. I do, I'll just say. But they feel interesting. And because they are rubber, and they're definitely much different looking than, you know, Apple's earbuds and so forth. But yeah, let me just see if I can. So I will model these for you, and but through the power of video editing, I'll pop that up on screen to show you what they actually look like in my ears. But I'm dying to try them on right now. Just let me just see. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna take a little bit of finagling. I have very odd-sized ears, so I'm hoping that these end up fitting me just fine. So that's what they look like. And so next, I think what I'll do is I will download the app, and I'll show you what that looks like on screen, what the process is, and what you can control with these guys. My understanding is that we have, and I really like that it talks. Is it gonna talk in my ear, though? Power on, there we go. So we'll take a look at the app next, and then I'm going to fire them up and give you guys my initial impressions. Obviously, we can't do much of a sound test because of copyright issues, and also because how am I going to show you what they sound like unless you put them on your actual ears? So, all right. So up next, let's take a look at the app. All right, so here we are in the Truefree O2 app, or the Truefree app. Not highly rated on the Apple Store, I have to say. Out of 11 reviews, it has 1 star. This actually looks really nice to me. I haven't tooled around in here yet, but we're gonna get into it right now. So a little advert on the front here, open air design, impeccable. I love the word impeccable. My old man used to say that, and I think that impeccable is an impeccable word to use. Impeccable audio performance, and we'll see, capturing every nuance of the music. I like that. So that's very cool. The app offers a variety of convenient features. Add friends and have one-on-one discussions about any issue on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp integration. Easily view detailed product manuals using the app. Okay. And then get great details anytime, anywhere. Okay. So there might be some ads in here, which is probably why it wasn't rated so great. The app also offers various features, English guided voice support, adjust the equalizer. I like an equalizer. So you can switch modes, firmware upgrades, reset options, customize touch controls. I assume that's all stuff that we do in the app here. Your personal will only be used for legitimate purposes. Okay. And now I'm going to enter the app. And now I'm going to say agree and continue. And okay, so I need to register. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so my registration was successful, and now I'm prompted with this. Yeah, sort of successful. I had to re-enter. I couldn't use my typical password, so it made me re-enter it a few times, and on the third time it worked for whatever reason. So that was kind of interesting. I would say if you get stuck on that, hung up on that, just keep trying, and your password should register after a little time. And I'm going to say allow, and now connect device. Is it going to be that easy? Let's see, okay, and now I'm going to, so it takes me into the settings app, and it's going to have me select Bluetooth, presumably, and then where are they here? Other devices, okay. I'm not seeing it by default here. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't open the case. So let me get the case, and we're going to open that up. Okay, I opened the case, and it says power on. And I'm going to keep my headphones right next to my Bluetooth thing here. Maybe that we need to do something to pairing mode. Oh, there they are right there. Okay, so it's just a matter of opening up the case. I'm going to select Truefree 02. And it said connect. Great. So now let's go back in the app. There we go. So connection successful. So now we see Truefree 02. I'm going to say start experience. It's not, these aren't just headphones, guys. They're an experience. And then so let's see what we have here. So it brings us back to this screen. And it's saying connect even though we're already connected. So it'll allow us to set our language. That's not me, that guy. My nickname is TF Kukabanji. I'm not really sure what that's about. And then forgot password, delete account. So basic personal details in there about the app. Here we go. So that shows you the version, help and feedback, online service, contact user manual for earphones. So that's all well and good. Now, I don't know why it still says connect device. Let's just try that. Make sure we're already connected. And not connected. Device type. So it wants us to select the device type under your settings here. So let's just go back. I'll show you what I did. So connect Truefree. So Truefree 02 and the little eye icon. I thought we were already connected because that was what it said. So now I can see why the app has not the best ratings. So we're going to say device type here. And then we're going to say headphones. I believe that's the closest option. Yep. And now back again. And then I'm going to say, I'm just going to pick it. We'll see what happens here. So it seems like it's trying to, oh, you know what I did, guys? I closed the case. So the app itself looks well designed. I think it just might be that kludgy part of the setup process. You need to connect via Bluetooth, and then you need to connect via the app. And I suspect that you may need to open the app every time you want to use the headphones. I noticed that it did save the Bluetooth settings, so you don't need to do that part of it, but you might need to connect via the app. Not really sure on that. If you guys know, feel free to talk comment down below. I suppose I can also test it out. But I don't love the little tiny left and right indicators. I have bad eyesight. It's followed by channel, you know that for sure. I don't type in the manuals, and I think they could make those two icons a little bit bigger. Maybe when I update the app, that will actually happen. And then, so in terms of functions, you have the option to disable all the touch controls. There's a whole bunch of them, as you can see here. So we have single tap, left and right, volume. So I like volume up to be on the left side. So there's minus on the right, and allow me to do that very easily. So that's cool. And you also have the option down the bottom to go back to the default. So if you want to mess something up, so that's nice. I'm all about the equalizer, so I'm really excited to see this part of it. So they have a bunch of presets, from what I understand, and they are very cool. So you have automatic treble enhancement, automatic bass. But let us do a custom one. My sound settings. So this is where, look at this, very cool. So here's your pro tip of the day. I'm going to give you Tech Timmy's best equalizer settings. The left is the bass, and the right is the treble. I think that's how it works. And basically what you want to do is you want to set it up in a V like this. So TEC Timmy, that was the domain that was available. So that's what we're going with. And then we're going to go down here and say submit. And there we go. So now I have that set, saved, and set. And it looks like automatically set it for me, which I love. So cool on the equalizer, guys. I'm loving that. And then we can also do a hearing test, which is interesting. I don't think
Test for accessory personal hearing sensitivity. How cool is that? So that's nice that they have that built in here. We're going to come back to that at a later time, though. And so that is basically the app in a nutshell. And after the initial kludgy little bit of issues with the setup there, I like it. I think it's user friendly enough. There are definitely worse apps out there. I don't think that this warrants a one-star review in the App Store. In fact, I actually think that it's quite good. Bunch of different settings and so forth here. So good on Truefree on the app. So what I'll do next is I'm going to try the headphones out. I'm going to listen to a variety of music, and I will let you know my thoughts. So let's switch over to that segment next.
All right, so here's how they fit over your ears. And the speaker does not go inside your ear canal. So that is the whole, sort of over ear as opposed to inner ear design. And I like it. It's really comfortable. I can jump around and they're not moving. They are not moving. I can run. I can do whatever I want. And the rubberized clamp there, so the round piece goes kind of towards the back, towards the bottom of your ears. And then, so that's how they fit. They look kind of cool. It's like they don't look terrible. And I already gave them initial test, guys, and the sound is awesome. It is not, so you're not going to get, JBL or Beats like quality or Bose even, but they sound like definitely on par with Apple's earbuds. I can't remember if they're called AirPods now or something else, but my son has them and I've tried his, and very similar level of sound. And the best part of it is that you can control with your bass and treble and all that stuff, depending on the type of music you're listening to, control that with the equalizer. And the preset settings work great. I like my V that I showed you guys a little while ago. I would say, give that a try if you're into music. I listen to a lot of electronic. I'm listening to Shalou right now, and it sounds phenomenal. The sound quality is great, and no more sweaty ears for tech TV at the gym. These things are going in my gym bag for sure. I would say, for travel, maybe listening on the plane and so forth, so the noise cancellation works. It's not going to be similar to having Beats or Bose or something, those giant headphones over your head where you're canceling out noise. I could see if there was a screaming baby on the plane behind me, I would rather have the Beats than these guys, but it's decent actually. And it blocks out, the noise cancellation blocked out wind for me, which was fine. I would say that the only other thing that I'll say is go into the manual and find the commands, and really spend a good few minutes committing those to memory, because it's going to make your overall experience with the gestures and controls and so forth using these things so much better. Again, I just want to say thank you to Truefree for sending me out the free buds. And again, that's what they look like on the ears. I thought they were going to look funky for some reason. I really like the way that these look on me. Anyway, hope this video helped you guys. If it did, wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Helps out the channel a lot, and hope to see you in the next video. I do all sorts of videos about tech. I may do a couple short form videos on these guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts in terms of what you'd like to see. If I missed anything in this review, I apologize in advance. So let me know that in the comments as well, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.